Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you are well by the grace of Allah. In this pandemic situation, we all are stuck in our house, especially you. But for the long term, we can't stop our studies or daily life. That's why we arranged online classes for you. I hope you will be benefited from this program. This is Sifat Ferdowsi Shaun, lecturer, Department of Biology, Milestone College. Welcome to our today's online classes. First of all, I would like to remind you what will you do to prevent the spread of the virus. Wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your eyes, mouth and nose. Cover your cough with the band of your elbow. Avoid crowded places. Stay at home if you feel unwell. If you have a fever, cough and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early. Stay aware of the latest information from WHO. So, today I will discuss with you subject botany, chapter 1, cell and its structure, and topic mitochondria, which is very known for you, and it's in your class 9 you read this, but here today I will discuss with you about mitochondria elaborately. In this lesson we will be learned what is mitochondria, why mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell, discovery and naming, origin and number, structure of mitochondria, function of mitochondria, identifying figure of mitochondria, and it will be your homework also. Please submit your homework in your subject wise homework group. So first of all, mitochondria. Mitochondria is an important organelle in the eukaryotic cell. Energy for all the biological function of cell are produced here. That's why mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell. The cellular organelles, which is composed of a bilayered membrane with limited cytoplasm where Krebs cycle, electron transport system, etc. occur and produced energy is called mitochondria. So here you can see this is the one of the GIF of mitochondria. Here you can see this is the matrix, inner membrane. That's all. Okay, then I will go for our next slide. First of all, discovery and naming. In 1850, scientist Kolliker discovered different shaped organelle in the cytoplasm by electron microscope. Walter Fleming discovered filamentous mitochondria in the cell and named it as phyla. Altman in 1890 named mitochondria as bioblast. Carl Banda in 1897 named as mitochondria. 20% of the total volume cell is the mitochondria and its origin. Their number is increased by division. The single mitochondrion present in a cell divides parallel with cell division. And then number. Generally, there are 300 to 400 mitochondria on an average cell. In case of liver cell, it contains more than 1000 mitochondria. Their presence in amoeba is more. And we go for our next slide, and it is physical structure. Here you can see this is the mitochondrial figure. So first of all, physical structure, first of all, covering. Each mitochondria is formed two membrane of lipoprotein bilayer. Here you can see this is the outer layer and inner layer. Lipoprotein bilayer, that means lipid and protein, composed of lipid and protein, that is called lipoprotein bilayer. Outer membrane is smooth and basically its function is to protect the inner part. And then chamber, the empty space between two membrane is called outer chamber or intermembranous space. Here you can see this is the intermembranous space, and the area enclosed by the inner chamber is called inner chamber. The internal chamber is filled with one type of fluid substance. Here this is the matrix substance known as matrix, and then Christie, and which is very known for you, Christie. The outer membrane of mitochondria is smooth, but the inner membrane, here you can see this is the inner membrane, is folded inward to form finger-like projection. It's called Christie. And then DNA and ribosome. So this is the mitochondrial DNA and this is the ribosome. Mitochondria has own circular DNA and 70S type ribosome. When we will read ribosome, then we will be able to know what is 70S types of ribosome. These are features of prokaryotic organism. And here you can see this is the figure of mitochondria. This is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane, and inner membrane have some folded area. This is called Christie, and this is the matrix, some fluid like substance, and this is the inner membrane. Between the outer membrane and inner membrane have some space. This is called intermembrane space, and this is the ribosome, and this is the mitochondrial DNA. I hope you will understand this mitochondrial figure. So then oxysome. It's also have oxysome. Oxysome, what is oxysome? On the inner surface of the inner membrane of mitochondria, there are some round body attached. These are called oxysome. So here you can see this is the Christie, and this inner membrane have some this kind of round like structure. This is called oxysome. Here you can see this is a oxysome. This round like structure is oxysome. Oxysome can be stalked or sessile. That means stalked. Some oxysome have stalk. This type of here you can see this is stalk, and some oxysome don't have any stalk. So this is the structure of oxysome: head, stalk, and base. This is the base. The stalked oxysome is formed of head, stalk, and base, and those which are don't have any stalk, they are only head-like structure. Then ATP synthase and electron transport chain. In the Christie of matrix, here you can see this is the Christie or matrix of mitochondria. Some circular substance are also present. They are called ATP synthesis. Here you can see this is the ATP synthesis. This is the ATP synthesis. Here you can see this is my cursor, and you can see this is the ATP synthesized. Besides it, many electron transport chain are also present all over Christie. Here you can see this is the ATP synthesized, and this is the electron transport chain. Here is this ATP synthesis and electron transport chain, and this is the oxysome. I hope you understand this. Next, chemical structure. 65% dry weight of mitochondria is protein, 29% glycerides, 4% lecithin and cephalin, and 2% cholesterol. The matrix of mitochondria contains vitamin E. And then functions. Helps in protein synthesis and lipid metabolism. And then helps in active transport of calcium ion and potassium ion. And mitochondria helps in formation of sperm and ovum. And control apoptosis, that means programmed cell death. Helps in production of blood corpuscles and hormone. Helps in blood corpuscles and hormone production. Different cations like calcium ion, sulfide ion, iron, manganese ion are stored there. And here this is the another gift of mitochondria, you can see here. And this is the very interesting thing, endosymbiont. Chloroplast and mitochondria of eukaryotic cell are considered as endosymbiont. I think it's a new topic or new for you. So chloroplast and mitochondria considered as endosymbiont. So what is endosymbiont actually? And endosymbiont is an organism that lives inside another organism. That means it lives inside the host cell. And it's assumed that these organelles are originated due to the evolution from endosphagocytosis of some bacteria of eukaryotic cell. The bacteria are ingested by the cell and later on become part of a cell. So this is the endosymbiont theory. I know it's don't have in your syllabus, but it's a very interesting thing. I think if you know this, it will be plus point for you. So Lynn Margulis in 1960s, eukaryotes give this endosymbiont theory. Eukaryotes evolved from prokaryotes as a result of symbiotic relationship between prokaryotic bacteria. We know what is symbiotic relationship. When a host cell and another cell symbiotically lives together, that is called symbiotic relationship. First of all, how can this happen? Small aerobic prokaryotes, that is mitochondria, large prokaryotes and small aerobic or photosynthetic prokaryotes exist as a separate cell. First of all, they are separate cell, and then aerobic prokaryotes enter the large prokaryotic cell either as parasites or as undigested prey. So and then instead of being digested, the small prokaryotes survived and began to live inside the host cell. And after that, the invading prokaryotes eventually performed either cellular respiration, that is mitochondria, or photosynthesis. And in this way, they are actually, first of all, they ingested in the cell and later on become a part of a cell. This is the actually endosymbiont. So, mitochondria and chloroplast considered as endosymbiont. And then, interrelation of function of mitochondria with external and internal structure. What is the relationship between the internal structure and external structure? The outer membrane of the mitochondria mainly performs protective function. Its main function is to protect the inner part. Energy production occurs in the cristae formed in inner membrane. In cristae, all the components of electron transport chain are arranged and here energy is produced. So the external structure of mitochondria is protective and the internal structure is functional. External structure regulates the exchange of raw material and products of functional part. So, thank you my dear students for being with me. Stay safe and stay clean and stay safe. Thank you.